Hello, I'm Dr. Jeanette Raymond, psychologist, psychotherapist, and relationship expert, here with part 6 of my series on couples communication issues. And today I'm going to talk to you about how each member of the couple tries to be in control. Each one of them have a need to control themselves, to control their partner, to control the discussion, to control the situation. And it becomes the main theme of whatever it is they're trying to communicate about. So the actual issue at hand takes second place to the need to control the interaction that the couple have with each other, because they're afraid of being demeaned, devalued, criticized, judged, taken for granted, whatever it might be. So the need to be in control is one of the biggest features that gets in the way of couples actually communicating about how they feel and what they want and how they want it to impact them so that they feel safe in their relationship. So let's go back to our couple, Rachel and Byron, sitting in my therapy office. And Byron says to Rachel, I've noticed that our dog has been having a few accidents, around the kitchen area lately, and it's kind of, unsafe. There's a lot of germs, and we don't want our son to get sick. He often runs around there barefoot, and, it's not okay that this is happening. So Rachel is feeling like he is accusing her or telling her that she's not trying to keep her son safe, that she's not doing her job of making sure the dog doesn't do its business in the kitchen area. So she immediately tries to be in control by changing the subject. She starts talking about how Byron leaves his clothes all over the bedroom floor. He doesn't pick them up, he doesn't put them in the laundry hamper, he doesn't fold his socks or anything, that the bedroom is a mess with all his stuff. So now she's in control. She stopped him from talking about his issue with the dog, so she feels safe. The focus is taken away from her and put back on him, and that makes her feel in control. But now Byron is feeling, hey, my issue got sidelined, like I don't even know if you heard me. How can you not pay any attention to me about something serious that involves our child? Don't you care? And all this is going on in his head, by the way. He's not saying it, but it's happening in an instant. And then you're attacking me about something in the bedroom that's who cares about? So what do you think he's going to do? He's going to feel like, hey, I need to be in charge now. She took it away from me. She took control. Now I need to take back the reins because this is not okay with me. I don't need to be demeaned and criticized and my issue ignored. So he puffs himself up, but he tries to be in control again by saying that she should make sure that the dog is outside when the boy is in the kitchen, and that the kitchen should be cleaned with disinfectant every time, and how are they going to do it, and so on. So he reinstates his issue. He's taking control again. He's trying to fill the space with his stuff, giving her the message that she has to pay attention to him and his stuff, and he's going to push her out the same way she pushed him out. So what do you think Rachel's going to hear in that? What is she going to do? How is she going to respond? Once again, the control was taken away from her. So she had already tried changing the subject, and that didn't work. So what do you think she's going to try next? She's going to walk away, maybe, not likely in my therapy office, be silent, that's not going to help. The only thing she can do to feel in control again is to talk about what she wants, what she needs, and how Byron is not attending to her. So she completely ignores the dog situation. The laundry in the room hadn't worked, so she's going to abandon that, and she's going to start talking about herself as a martyr. She's been put upon, she's unappreciated, he doesn't know all the work that she does, she's been taken for granted, she's fatigued, she's not cared for appropriately, all that. And you can imagine that that's going to completely fill the space. So now Byron will be pushed out and she's back in control. She's edging him out and making sure that there's no room for him. So he's squeezed out. There's no more control. It's like she's strangling him. And this is how things went in the session that I'm describing, until I saw what they were doing and I asked them to pause a moment. I said to Rachel, what's it like when Byron tells you about the dog and that it's dangerous for the child and so on? And she said, well, it makes me feel accused, like I'm a bad person and that I have to do what he tells me to do. So I said, so you feel controlled? Yes, she said, I feel controlled. So I said, okay, so if you feel controlled, what does that stir up in you? Anger. It's not okay. It makes me feel like my dad was telling me I'm a bad girl and I had to pick up all the stuff and clean up all the dirty mess in my house. That's what my dad would do. He'd make me feel like it was my fault and I had to clean up the mess in order to please him. So then I said to Byron, what was it like for you when Rachel told you about leaving all your clothes in the bedroom carpet and not putting them in the laundry hamper and so on? And he said, it made me crazy. It's so unimportant. I was trying to tell her something that's really important about our son, and she just didn't care. So I said, okay, so what did you feel like doing in that moment? I wanted to prove to her that what I was saying mattered, that it's not frivolous, and she needed to see that I was serious about this. So I said, okay, so you felt robbed of you. You felt unseen, unheard, uncared for, and another way of describing it is controlled. She erased what you were doing and put her picture in its place. You were controlled. And they both got silent, but they realized that they were reacting against feelings of being controlled. And just like Rachel said, it reminded her of her father trying to control her. When I asked Byron what it reminded him of, he told me of experiences he had with his mother when he tried to tell her that something was dangerous around the house, or that maybe she should take this way or that way, or he tried to protect her in those ways because he was so concerned about her safety. And she would just dismiss him and tell him to go play and don't care about things, and he was just being stupid and there was nothing to worry about. Like, she just ignored the fact that he was seriously concerned. And of course all this got stirred up by Rachel telling him about her stuff and how she felt. It was just as if his mother was saying, you're a stupid boy and I'm not going to listen to you. So once they realized that, they looked at each other and they apologized. Without me telling them, they apologized because they saw that their feelings of being controlled were coming from a much deeper, much rawer, a sorer place that hurt a lot. And they were putting it on each other and trying to undo the past by trying to outdo each other in the control setting. And of course, it just got worse and didn't work. So I shared with them that when they're trying to communicate something to each other, if they say it by saying, I'm really worried about dog poop in the kitchen. How do you feel about it? So again, you're inviting, you're sharing, you're bringing the other one in. It doesn't feel like an attack or an accusation. And so those old things don't get stirred up. You say what you feel, you ask them what they feel, and there's a collaboration, a coming together. Of course, both of them are going to be concerned about dog poop in the kitchen, and at some point, both of them are going to be concerned about laundry and clothes all over the bedroom. But they both have to feel seen, they both have to be heard, they both have to be taken seriously by each other. And doing it by trying to control doesn't work. So sharing and inviting and listening and taking each other seriously is the key. I wish you good luck in observing this between you and your partner, the issue of control, and seeing if you can use one of the ways in which I suggested to try and change it a little bit. Please feel free to share your experiences with me. I look forward to hearing from you. And until the next time, enjoy the videos.